know. You be a little boy walking down the street with liquor and cigarettes, and your neighbors be going, that's a good little boy right there.
We need a little levity right about now. So we're rolling out the red carpet for comedy royalty. D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Lunel, Dion Cole, Martin Lawrence, and a surprise guest appearance. It's going up Thursday, February 26th in downtown LA at the Grammy Museum. An unforgettable afternoon of stories, celebration, and yes, plenty of laughs. Because let's be real, these legends don't just tell jokes. They have changed the game, opened doors, and made history while making us smile.
You gotta go to child support court. You gotta get there real early in the morning. You see brothers going into court. You see them come out 3 hours later. I can't pay this. Let me talk to you, baby. Please, let me talk to the witness, Your Honor. Let me talk to the witness. Brother be working for 3 weeks, get his check is $43.
This year, for the first time ever, we have set aside a limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon. They are going to go fast, and when they're gone, they're gone. So, if you want a single ticket, or if your company or organization wants to sponsor a table, move swiftly and get to KBLA1580.com right now. All these comedy giants in one room on one stage at the same time? Stop it! This event is going to sell out quicker than right now and sooner than at once. KBLA Talk 1580's annual Black History Month luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. It's gonna be legendary, just like them.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
You got to laugh the pain away.
Black-owned businesses, highlight opportunities and initiatives for underrepresented entrepreneurs, and center socially innovative enterprises, building generational prosperity, fostering real networking, and recycling Black dollars. It's Wealth Building Wednesdays on KBLA Talk 1580.
It absolutely is a Wealth Building Wednesday, and we're welcoming in by phone family-owned and operated business going back to 2005. They say their mission is to provide legal support and services, and we'll find out more. We'll be joined by a 2004 graduate of the American Bar Association approved Certified California Paralegal Program at UCLA. She also completed her coursework there at night before she left her day job. She has a BA in psychology with a minor in sociology from Dominguez Hills, and we'll let her tell you. Jacqueline Brown, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm blessed. It's great to meet you. Jacqueline Brown is the owner of Legal Overload. Tell me about your business, Jacqueline.
Yes. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from California State University, Dominguez Hills. I wanted to do something that was meaningful for my clients because so many people were being declined their rights to do what they want to do in real estate, and I wanted them to know that there is a possibility that you can be great. And they came to me, and they called me and sent me email, and I got many clients from just telling them that they can do what they want to do in life, but they have to try. So I'm glad to talk to you today because I understand that you have a lot of things on the ball, and you could give me some things that might help me or will help me in my profession. Well, I work out of my home right now.
Okay. Yeah, well, what we mostly do is shine a light on businesses so that folks can know about you and utilize your services, and also just to share your entrepreneurial journey to inspire other people who are starting businesses or considering starting an enterprise of their own. You say you've been in business since 2005 and you're doing legal support and services, but it sounds like that background in psychology, that background in community service in that way is making a difference in the legal field too. Like you're able to talk people through their problems and help them solve their legal paperwork or what their next move might be.
Clarifying for the public, but I really enjoy doing what I'm doing because there are a lot of people out there who can't get recognized because some of the bigger agents and brokers don't take heed to that, But I will do anything I can for my clients, and they come out pretty good. They come out very good with me. But I'd like to have some exposure on your station if possible.
Well, that's what we're doing right now, Miss Jacqueline. That's what we're doing right now. Yeah, it's people hear your voice, they'll learn about your services, and that's exactly how that goes. So you used to be an alcoholism counselor, and you pivoted from that. From there, you went to real estate. And I noticed that you've mentioned real estate a couple times. Is even though right now what you're doing is providing legal services, do you specialize in real estate law? What kind of legal support do you offer?
Well, I send out the application for them to give me their interest in what they'd like to do, what they'd like me to do with them in real estate. And it varies. It varies. I'm a little mixed up right this minute, but it varies with them because I want them to be sure that they're going to have good representation, and they do have good representation with me. I know that. So that's it. That I just do what I can to assist them in that journey.
Okay, so it sounds like you're still helping folks with real estate matters. LegalOverload.us is the name, is the website, LegalOverload.us. But the website homepage says, let us assist you with your Social Security SSI or SSDI disability claim. So you do real estate, but it sounds like you also help people with the paperwork and the process to make sure that their benefits are right.
Right. I no longer sell real estate. I work with my clients to get the market that they want to go into clarified. And many people don't know what I do until I sit them down and let them know that this is something special. It's not just selling real estate. I don't come to your home and sell your property. I give you all of the things that you need to do when you represent clients in SSI and SSDI. And that's what I do, SSI, SSDI.
Yeah, okay. So what kind of help do people need? I remember I used to work with this attorney named Zoran Basic, I still do from time to time, who was a elder care attorney, and he would say to me that there are many things, forms, processes to get benefits and rights that are due to us where you really do need help, because if you're not an expert, if you're not a lawyer or a paralegal as you are, you might not understand the form and you could end up being denied benefits or having your benefits reduced. Is that a fair summary?
I don't think that some clients are worth saving. I do. I think everybody is worth saving. And I tell them that you're just as important to me as the person who might buy a huge building someplace. You come to me, I give you the help you need, and we move forward. And I want to do that. I really do.
So what are some of the mistakes that you can help people avoid?
Well, if they have been talked into signing a contract that's not in their best interest, and I tell them about that. I don't put the other agent down, but we go over every detail that they want to go over to make sure that it's legal. And you can't just turn in anything to the system. You cannot just draft some paperwork and throw it at the real estate market. You can't do that. So I tell them that you need to be proficient in what you do and what you offer people, because they're listening to you. They're concerned about how they're going to get through the process, and we have to make them know that they will get through the process. And anything that they need, we can provide.
Got you. So legaloverload.us, legaloverload.us, and they can call you at 323-305-3700, 323-305-3700. Sounds like you also connect with people on social media as well.
I do. I represent any area of real estate that they would like to have me explain proficiently to them. And I don't leave them stranded. I go back again and again and again if they need that.
Okay, so you can help people in any area of real estate, and you can also help them with their what folks want to call entitlements. I don't like that term. It's benefits. It's the benefits that we have paid for over the course of our working life. But she's a 2004 graduate of the American Bar Association approved Certified California Paralegal Program, and you can find her at Call Miss Jackie on Instagram. Call Miss Jackie if you want to tap in and get some help. You call it a family business, and I understand your son is now joining you in the pursuit of the paralegal degree, the paralegal certification, and the work that you're doing.
Yes, he's a very, very good worker, and I don't have any complaints about my son. He's letting me know that you have to be good at what you do, and I'm good.
All right. Well, tell us why we should support your business and how we can do so.
Well, I do need the attention from the public because I need to have claims coming in all the time. If you need me to explain something to you, I do that right away. I don't put it off until tomorrow. I do it right away. And anything that you need from me, I can certainly be there to assist you with that. And just call Miss Jackie. Call Miss Jackie. Call Miss Jackie.
All right, Miss Jackie. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you. As I said, it's legaloverload.us, legaloverload.us, or you can call Miss Jackie literally at 323-305-3700, 323-305-3700. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wealth Building Wednesday.
And thank you, Dominique, and you have a great day and a beautiful year.
Absolutely, and you as well. The phone lines are wide open. Whatever is on your mind, let's break it down, chop it up, figure it out. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
Hi, I'm Tavish Smiley. You may have heard me talk about the new course I'm teaching, The Art of Conversation. Well, it's here, and I'm holding a live free preview session on January 26th at 6 p.m. Pacific. Here's why this matters. For almost 40 years, I've made my living having conversations that count. Presidents, activists, artists, people who've changed the world. And I've learned something in the process. Most folk have no idea how to ask a real question, how to listen, how to create a moment. Whether you're building a business, leading a team, hosting a podcast, or just want to connect better, this changes how you show up. It's free, it's live, and I might have a surprise guest joining us. Here's what you do. Go to TavishTalks.com. That's TavishTalks.com. Scan the QR code, click the registration link, and you're in. It's January 26th, 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm keeping this intimate. Don't miss it. I'll see you in class.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
Yeah, it does, and you're invited in. You're invited in. We are exploring what's happening in the world, getting some good information to one another, and just talking smack because we can. 800-920-1580. So the president is in Davos, and he just gave a speech. This is in Switzerland, where he promised not to use force to get Greenland, which is breaking news for sure. He's been taunting and trolling European leaders leading up to this summit, which that doesn't make sense. You know, unless you're just crazy or I don't know. I'm starting to be baffled by the guy because I feel like he acts like he's in junior high school. Maybe that's the decline, the cognitive decline. I'm not sure. But anyway, he said he wants to get Greenland right, title, and ownership. That is crazy. I want your country, right, title, and ownership. But he's saying he won't use force. Well, if he doesn't use force, he ain't getting it because Greenland is not for sale. They've said it repeatedly. You know, several European nations have moved troops or are in the process of moving troops over to Greenland just in case he's lying for the 100th time today. And the thing that I didn't understand is that he's been just clowning and disrespecting European leaders. And I know that in their little fascist worldview, these folks are too liberal. They have too many controls on society, too many services, things like universal health care. Funny that he doesn't have a problem with Israel offering health care to their people, but does have a problem with Germany doing so, even though we are underwriting Israel's and not underwriting Germany's. And the reason I say we're underwriting it is because if they had to pay for their own weaponry, they wouldn't be able to afford health care for all. Just like we say we can't afford health care for all. Meanwhile, doubling, or he's at least seeking to double the military budget. The president is such a jerk. I'm sorry. I don't believe in name calling, but this is his quote. What I'm asking for is a piece of ice cold and poorly located land. It's a very small ask compared to what we have given them for many, many decades. Okay, if it's so poorly located and just a piece of ice, why do you want it? Do you think people are stupid? And let us not forget that there's an indigenous population of Greenland that makes up the majority there. Well, this is really rich, and you can see the European leaders. I've seen several speeches, people saying people wake up, this is not business as usual. Our own governor here in California clowning European leaders, telling them to grow a pair, which I think is very interesting, considering that, our governor is clearly walking a line. He's happy to clown the president on social media. but the challenges only go to a point. Let's go to Big Phil calling us from L.A. Good morning, Big Phil.
Good morning. Devil don't sleep. That's the biggest devil. Take him to the psychiatric department immediately. I was glad to see you out there, Dominique. I always support my call. I take $200 out there, have fun with the guy, with the people, my people, of course. And I see you march about that guy was killed in Northridge, and I know Najee Ali was behind me, signed. And some lady come up with a bullhorn. I mean, he's a rapist and 3 different
There's a name you can, we don't need to talk about on my show. I was there with Black Lives Matter Grassroots. Black Lives Matter Grassroots is supporting the family of Keith Porter Jr., who was murdered on New Year's Eve. Project Islamic Hope has nothing to do with that. I know you ran into him there. I did not. I was with the family of Keith Porter Jr. And Black Lives Matter Grassroots, and we were standing up for folks who are subject to state-sanctioned violence. Yeah.
No,
I know you do, but I just want to be clear because the way you said it sounded like something else. And, the individual that you're talking about likes to be wherever cameras are.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I said, lady, I don't know anything about you. I'm out to have a good time. God bless you. And he kept howling behind me. I said, anyway, get back what I'm saying. My birthday was that day. I had a nice time for my birthday,
That's
of course.
right. That was your birthday. So happy birthday. And it was great to see you. Big Phil, I feel like I see you at Juneteenth, at the big parades. Like you are outside.
Well, I'm a Missouri boy. I'm down for the cause, okay? I'm not Hollywood. I'm Missouri, okay?
You're Missouri and South Central.
That's right. Hey, I'm not downstairs. I'm upstairs, okay? I'm still alive. God bless you, and God keep you guys. So gotta go.
God bless you, too. Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful birthday. Yeah, everybody and their mama was out there. And like I said, because I've seen in fact, I need to go on some of these folks' social media and troll them because the amount of pearl clutching by people who want to act like the world is ending because there were some teenagers fighting near the parade, not even during or in the parade. I was in the parade, then I went around the other side and watched it go by, the rest of it. There was no fighting. There was no skirmishes. There was fighting apparently on Crenshaw near the parade. And these folks want to act like, oh, it's the end of the world, kids today, blah, blah, blah. I would prefer they don't fight. I understand it was pretty large. But kids in every community fight. Teenagers from Bel Air to, Kibera slums in Kenya, from Montana to Motown. Teenagers squabble up. That's what they do. It's one of the things they do. So let's not act like the world is ending. Let's not get into that talking point where we think we can just disrespect black people as a whole because, teenagers are wilding out. Oh, my goodness. There's a shocker. 800-920-1580. That is the number that Big Phil called, and I encourage you to do the same if you want to say a thing about a thing. 500 women, most of them African American, are suing one Virginia hospital. It's a $6 billion lawsuit. This is from BET. They're saying that this OBGYN, a weirdo gynecologist, apparently mutilated their bodies for profit. And this is a massive lawsuit. They're suing the Chesapeake Regional Medical Center and 5 CEOs for letting this Dr. Javed Pairwise practice medicine and continue to see hundreds of patients, even though there were red flags. The guy's already in prison for healthcare fraud. He's doing 59 years because he supposedly, not supposedly, he was convicted of tricking low-income moms into getting C-sections that they didn't need, hysterectomies that they didn't want, and sterilizations that they never consented to. The guy was backdating forms. He was lying about patients saying they had fibroids when they didn't, telling them they had cancer when they didn't. And the attorneys claim that the hospital staff, the executives there, ignored the warnings, ignored the fact that babies were being rushed to the baby emergency, NICU is what they call it, at astronomical rates, that shady billing was taking place. And so now they are being sued. And good on it. But one of the reasons that this particular case gave me the creeps and the chills, not in a good way, is because of this country's history of forced sterilization of black women, women in Puerto Rico, and the experimentation on black women over the years. The fact that this person felt that for profit, in the past it might have been for medical research or just because they're creepy, but this person did it for profit. The lawsuit is demanding $10 million each for these women, many who have had their ability to have children ruined for life, and have had all kinds of painful repercussions. And it's also a reminder to me, especially if you're a black woman, we see the high levels of black maternal mortality, black women dying in childbirth when we should not be. Really, for men or women, black or anybody, just because a person has a white coat does not mean they are God. You have a right to advocate for yourself. If something doesn't feel right, it should be investigated. There should be a second or third opinion. And I think if we remembered that and realized that, we'd be more likely to go to the doctor, less likely to ignore things that are going on with our bodies or minds or both, because we're scared that if a doctor tells us we're sick, we have to do what they say. No, a doctor tells you you're sick, you get their recommendations, you can go to another doctor. If something seems shady, you need to go see an attorney or get a second and third opinion. And praying for these women. I hope they get the restitution that they deserve. Phone lines are wide open. You can call me at 800-920-1580. Let's talk after news, traffic, and sports on KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump heads to Davos, Switzerland, with his dispute over Greenland overshadowing the trip. He says he's not expecting pushback from European allies, though he's threatened tariffs, and the EU is weighing retaliation.
Well, I don't think they're going to push back too much. Look, we have to have it. They have to have this done.
The issue may distract from planned Ukraine security talks. New Jersey's Attorney General is suing former Clark Mayor Sal Bonacorso, accusing him of directing police to keep black people out of Clark. The complaint cites data showing black and Hispanic motorists were far more likely to be searched. And the NBA has announced this year's All-Star starters. For the East, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Maxey, and Jaylen Brown. For the West, Steph Curry, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, and Victor Wembanyama. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers have 14 road wins after their 115-107 win Tuesday night at Denver. Luka Doncic messed around and got a triple-double, 38 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. LeBron dropped 19 points and 8 assists. The Lakers' defense rose up at the right time. Denver made only 3 3-pointers in the second half. Denver guard Jamal Murray had 26 points at halftime. He had just 2 in the second half. The Clippers' 6-game winning streak was snapped in Chicago Tuesday night. They lost to the Bulls 138-110. 24 points and 6 assists for James Harden. Next game for the Clippers is Thursday night against the Lakers at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood. The Chargers are negotiating with former Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel to be their new offensive coordinator. If contract talks don't break down, McDaniel will replace Greg Roman. Roman was fired January 12th. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
Hey, KBLA delegation, you know what's better than laughing? Laughing while celebrating the legends who made us laugh in the first place. KBLA Talk 1580 is proud to present our annual Black History Month luncheon. And this year, we're honoring comedy greats, trailblazers who broke barriers, and funny bones at the same time.
You had to grow up early when we was growing up because your parents were seen to the store to buy. You was too young to buy. I want you to go to the store, get me a fifth of gin and a pack of cigarettes. Mama, I'm 2, they ain't gonna let me have that. Here, take this note. You be a little boy walking down the street with liquor and cigarettes. And your neighbors be going, that's a good little boy right there.
We need a little levity right about now. So we're rolling out the red carpet for comedy royalty. D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Lunel, Dion Cole, Martin Lawrence, and a surprise guest appearance. It's going up Thursday, February 26th in downtown LA at the Grammy Museum. An unforgettable afternoon of stories, celebration, and yes, plenty of laughs. Because let's be real, these legends don't just tell jokes. They have changed the game, opened doors, and made history while making us smile.
You gotta go to child support court. You gotta get there real early in the morning. You see brothers going into court. You see them come out 3 hours later. I can't pay this. Let me talk to you, baby. Please, let me talk to the witness, Sean. Let me talk to the witness. Brother be working for 3 weeks, get his check is $43.
This year, for the first time ever, we have set aside a limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon. They are going to go fast, and when they're gone, they're gone. So, if you want a single ticket, or if your company or organization wants to sponsor a table, move swiftly and get to KBLA1580.com right now. All these comedy giants in one room on one stage at the same time? Stop it! This event is going to sell out quicker than right now and sooner than at once. KBLA Talk 1580's annual Black History Month luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. It's gonna be legendary, just like them.
What's up? What's up? What's up? You got to laugh the pain away.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, I don't mean to shock your sensibilities. I'm all about courage, hope, and positivity. I hope that you feel, courage, bravery, inspiration. I do. I feel inspired by the people that are standing up, and people that are continuing to innovate, find joy, make art, march in these streets, and all of the things, regardless of what Trump is doing in Venezuela or in Greenland. And I'm excited about stuff that we have coming up for you this this week and this day. We're going to have a great conversation with Jasmine Canick and Miles Lowe next hour about AI. Tomorrow, we're welcoming the Honorable Flavia Marquez is her name. She's an advisor to Venezuela's National Assembly and spokeswoman for Cumbe International, which is African descendants in the Americas. So, in other words, Black Venezuelans. Will be speaking with her. We'll be joined by Marcus Coleman out of the Fulton County Reparations Commission on Friday for Freedman Friday. So we've got a lot of great things going on. And, I say that to say, because sometimes I'm looking through the news, like, oh my goodness, is there something great and positive I can tell folks about? Well, there's artwork being made in your city on social media and in real life every single day. Search some out, find some new music or some old music that you love, and, recharge your battery using art, culture, and knowledge. All of those things. A good speech can get me fired up too. That's one of the things that happens to me, why I get, down the rabbit hole with scrolling, is there's a Muhammad Ali speech. Sometimes I find clips of my dad, Amiri Baraka. Ooh, that gives me an idea. I should clip up some of my mom's stuff because I don't see her on there, but she's got some great poetry clips as well. So yeah. Lots of great things. We're talking about these 500 African American women suing the hospital. Hope they all get their $10 million for these unauthorized, really mutilations under the guise of surgery. And I read a new study, and I'm really big on us beating the odds and not being self-fulfilling prophecies. Apparently, if you want to live long, and I do if I feel good. While I'm alive. But if you want to live long, there's two things that I was reading about over the holiday vacation that there's a lot of new information coming out about. One is leg strength. One of the biggest indicators of long life, according to several studies, is how strong your legs are. So doing squats, even if you don't put on any weight at all, just if you've never done any before, just look it up, Go find Coachy or look it up online with somebody reputable, not an influencer. It can be an influencer, but only if they have credentials, is what I'm saying. And do, 10, 15, 25, work your way up to 4 sets of 25 squats a day. That'll make a huge difference. The other thing that works for that is walking uphill. Just go to a park near you or a place where there's hilly sidewalks and just walk a few of those every day. This is a way of staying mobile and living longer. Another thing I didn't realize, and I think this is new research that's coming out, is that the number of missing teeth you have is an indicator of whether you would die early. Okay? And the condition of those teeth is also important. So what does that mean? It doesn't mean if you have cavities or you've lost teeth that you're going to die. What it means is that you need to go get those holes filled up and get those teeth replaced. Because they say teeth with fillings or crowns or even replacement teeth still keeps your rate of death lower. You just have to take care of them is what it is. Even if your teeth have had a hard life and a few of them are missing or you've got some big old holes, is not just the health of your mouth. That impacts your whole system, right? I know people who are eating immaculately, working out all the time, but they don't take care of their dental health, not realizing that this poisons your entire system. Okay, enough on that. I know most of us don't like going to the dentist. It's not fun. But if you thought about it like, oh, I'll live longer if I do that, you'd be more inspired to go. That's I want you to be around and be well and be healthy public service announcement for today. And if you don't have dental insurance or you don't have money, I would suggest tapping in with some of these teaching hospitals. I did a tour of King Drew Medical Center last year or the year before. And one of the things they do is treat people who don't have money, right, with dental health. And they have a beautiful, state-of-the-art, brand new, clean and fancy facility. So if you don't got no money, you want to stick around in this world for your babies and grandbabies, you might want to go to a teaching hospital, see if they can help you if you don't have those kind of benefits, which many of us don't because we don't yet have universal health care. But when we fight, we win, and I believe we should fight for that for sure. I'm always pulling stories out I want to call to your attention, and then I don't get around to them, and I keep them around, and sometimes I never get around to them, but every now and then I want to go back when we have a minute and draw your attention to some of these things. Okay, so while we're talking about health, I know me and look, I'm a health enthusiast, and for those of you who go, this lady's been on the mic for 200 years, yeah. So maybe that alone qualifies me to help you feel good, look good, live long, because, I do the things. I do. I work out 4 to 6 times a week. I eat lots of vegetables. I drink water. You see my little thing here. I'm drinking tea. Rarely do I drink coffee. If I'm drinking coffee, it's usually because I'm trying to make it through the end of the day, or I'm using it as pre-workout before I go lift some weights. So anyway, there's another new study that shows that tattoos can compromise your immune system. So, the science is not saying that the tattoos are not safe, but what it is saying is that ink doesn't just stay in that one little spot. It circulates throughout your body. So you want to make sure you go to a high-quality tattoo place where they're less likely to have terrible chemicals. It's like a BBL, right? When you get the BBLs where they use Fix-A-Flat, you can die from that. Well, you want to, if you're going to do that, if you're going to get a BBL or any other kind of injection, enhancement, whatever, a boob job, a BBL, whatever, you want to make sure that you're going to somebody certified. We can all learn a lesson from Donda that they're using the highest quality ingredients, whatever you call them. Chemicals is really what it is. Materials. Thank you, Miles. Ask a rapper. If you need a word, ask a rapper. But yeah, so apparently, and I have a couple friends that have full sleeves and tattoos over their whole bodies. And what they're saying is that we don't know how toxic those substances might be or how it might impact your long-term health. Your skin is an organ. It's the largest organ in your body. Those inks are complex chemical mixtures. They have pigments to give them color. Some of them were developed for car paint or printer toners. So just be careful. And I think that if you're going to get a ton of tattoos, I like tattoos. I think they look good. But I don't have any, but I like looking at them on others. If you are going to get them, just get the highest quality ingredients. And maybe tap in with your herbalist and do some stuff to boost your immune system. Wow. According to ScienceAlert.com, black tattoo ink is made from carbon compounds, which are carcinogenic. So I guess go for more colorful tattoos. I don't know. I'm just sharing the science with you so you can protect yourself. I'm always, we live in the world where you breathe carcinogenic materials. There are microplastics in a lot of stuff. I saw a study where people who drink their water out of plastic bottles have way more plastic in their bodies than other people because the microplastics just seep into our bodies. So, you're never going to be perfect. There's always going to be some stuff, some challenges. But my point is we counterbalance those by drinking lots of water, by drinking out of glass whenever we can instead of plastic, by counteracting the toxins that we put in through tattoos or having a few drinks or French fries. That's my downfall. I love me some French fries. You got to counterbalance that with collard greens and kale and herbs and spices and exercise. That's all I'm saying. Live long and prosper. It's the perfect time to call me, 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA. We're unapologetically healthy. KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams. My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone, and should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Hi, I'm Tavish Smiley. You may have heard me talk about the new course I'm teaching, The Art of Conversation. Well, it's here, and I'm holding a live, free preview session on January 26th at 6 p.m. Pacific. Here's why this matters. For almost 40 years, I've made my living having conversations that count. Presidents, activists, artists, people who've changed the world. And I've learned something in the process. Most folk have no idea how to ask a real question, how to listen, how to create a moment. Whether you're building a business, leading a team, hosting a podcast, or just want to connect better, this changes how you show up. It's free, it's live, and I might have a surprise guest joining us. Here's what you do. Go to TavishTalks.com. That's TavishTalks.com. Scan the QR code, click the registration link, and you're in. It's January 26th, 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm keeping this intimate. Don't miss it. I'll see you in class.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about. KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
Oh, if it wasn't real life, it would be so hilarious. So the guy who is saying that he no longer thinks about peace that much because he's mad that he didn't get a Nobel Peace Prize, and so now he wants to take Greenland, has created something called the Board of Peace. Yeah, I'm not making this up. It's called the Board of Peace, and it was originally meant to oversee the transition period for Gaza. I'm not sure if we're talking about turning it into Trump Gaza or some kind of autonomous or semi-autonomous Palestinian state. But now he's trying to make it sort of this global arbiter of peace where he gets to step into the middle of other people's conflicts and negotiate and grift is really what it is. So Israel, surprise, surprise, Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, their prime minister there, has said he will join the Board of Peace. Now, to join the Board of Peace, you got to ante up $1 billion. That's right. It'll cost you a cool $1 billion if you want to join the Board of Peace. Now, the president claims that's not mandatory, but if you want permanent membership, you got to pay $1 billion. If you want to be a temporary member, we might let you in for free, but you can only stay on for a couple of years, maybe 3 years. Norway and Sweden have already passed. They're saying, at least for now, they're not going to be joining this board. And France has already hard pass because they see the writing on the wall and they believe that Trump is trying to create his own private United Nations so he can bypass the actual UN and just let only who he wants in. So imagine a UN with no black countries and only fascist brown countries. That's what we're talking about here. It was supposed to be a little group that would just oversee the Gaza ceasefire plan. But now he's invited dozens of nations. He wants them all to pay him $1 billion each. It's embarrassing to me. It's like everything is a grift. Everything is a grift, and there's not even any foreplay. There's no pretense. There's not even flowers. It's just, give me your money. B better have my money. Should be the presidential theme song. Well, so far we have Kosovo and Israel. We can see where this is going, right? And the declining nations are ones we would consider democratic so far. Meanwhile, the New York Times editorial board has issued this statement. President Trump has never been a man to ask what he can do for his country. In his second term, as in his first, he is instead testing the limits of what his country can do for him. A review by the editorial board of the New York Times, relying on analysis from news organizations, shows that Mr. Trump has used the office of the presidency to make at least $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion in 1 year. And that's what we know about, right? And that's not counting the money that has gone into his son-in-law Jared Kushner's pocket, his son Donald Trump Jr.'s pocket, Ivanka's rather deep pockets, all of this money that is going to his friends, the billionaires. I mean, I laughed when I saw that Israel had agreed to ante up the $1 billion to join the so-called Board of Peace, because we're probably giving it to them. They can just take it right out of the defense money that we give them. I don't know why I call it defense money. It's thinking Department of Defense, but it's really not used for defense. In many cases, it's used for aggression. And so basically, me and you, the taxpayers of the United States, are paying $1 billion for Israel to be included in the Board of Peace. So, I see already citizens of other nations lobbying their governments not to join this board because it feels like another grift. $1 million or 10 for the inaugural committee, $1 billion to get on this board, millions paid up by news organizations because he threatens them. The Trumps have made $23 million from licensing the president's name since he was reelected overseas. Licensing his name, $23 million to put Trump on something. Now, if that's not buying favor, I don't know what is. And they've got $28 million, Mr. and Mrs. Trump, from Amazon for a documentary about Melania Trump. It's called Melania. I'm laughing because, first of all, nobody gets $28 million for a documentary. Documentaries don't make that kind of money unless it's a bribe of some kind. And I'm also laughing because I've seen the billboards for it all throughout South Central Los Angeles, where no one gives a rat's behind about watching that. The tech companies have paid him $90.5 million in just settlements since he's been reelected. Grifter in chief, I'm just hoping, I'm praying that enough of these MAGA folks will wake up and see the grifting, the stealing. It is, I heard one European leader, and I can't think of who it was on yesterday, saying it's mafia-style governance. Don't forget the $400 million jet from Qatar that he's going to be using as Air Force One while he's president, but he's going to take it with him. The New York Times says, even though he's lied to the contrary, that he now plans to take that jet with him, that $400 million, when he leaves office. And remember, in exchange, they get to have military presence in the United States. And we have promised to protect their interests as vigorously as we protect Israel's. Now get this. This I wasn't tracking. The Trumps have raked in $867 million through cryptocurrency. The grifting is just grifting. $867 million through crypto, which is hard to trace, so we're guessing that's all. I guess they investigated that's all, but do we know it for sure? So, and I love this, what the New York Times, the math that they did, the money that President Donald Trump has grifted, strong-armed, and mafiosoed his way to getting in the past 366 days since he became president is 16,822 times the median U.S. household income. 16,822 times. That's what you or I would make if we were in the middle. Half of Americans make less, half make more. That's what he has raked in 1 year alone. And there's no other way to put this other than corruption. But yet, there's not a lot of people talking about it. I think we have to talk about it. This guy is the loan shark in chief. And if he wasn't a billionaire before he got reelected, he most certainly is now. Speaking of crypto, we are talking AI when we come forward, and you are cordially invited to join in at 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DePrima for Unapologetically Outspoken, KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump heads to Davos, Switzerland with his dispute over Greenland overshadowing the trip. He says he's not expecting pushback from European allies.